Good afternoon, everybody. In today's video, let us learn about Unit 7. We are going to learn about the different ICT resources which we can use in learning of bioscience. In learning of bioscience, ICT resources play a very important role. In this unit, first let us learn about the Adler's cone of experience. This cone of experience is first devised by Adler cone. The cone of experience, it is a pictorial device that is used to explain the interrelationship of various types of audiovisual media as well as and their positions in the learning process. When you teach science, you can't only go with teaching it verbally. You have to go for the library, you have to take them to the natural environment, to the laboratory and teach. This cone is going to explain how the various experiences that a child receives in the class plays an important role in making it to be a very meaningful and a rememberable experience to the students. This model is based on several theories which are related to the teaching, learning, designing and the process. In early 1960, Edgar Dale, he has revised this information and he has given that a learner will retain more information when he do anything by himself rather than hearing to it or reading to it or observing it. So this theory will explain about the present day of practice of learning by doing more and the action learning. So according to this cone, the experience that a child receives by himself, the direct and the meaningful and the purposeful experiences received by a child plays a very important role in making the learning experience to be more useful. You can see in this picture the cone of experience which is given there. You can see in the bottom layer where the direct and the purposeful experiences are providing in a very meaningful experience rather than at the top the textual or the verbal symbols which are read by the child. Then we have the contradicted experiences, dramatized experiences, demonstrations, field trips, exhibits, motion pictures, audio recordings or the photos, pictures and visual symbols, and finally the text and the verbal symbol. We can see the level of their observation is more when they involve in the direct and the purposeful experience rather than hearing to the verbal symbols or the textual information. You can see here the degree of abstraction is given on the other side of the diagram where the first 3-4 levels, you can see the motor skills, their attitudes, everything is determined. Where for the higher levels, we need their cognitive skills are needed. So as they increase, this cone of experience is indicating that as we go towards more verbal symbols and the textual symbols, the abstractness increases in their level. So this cone of experience provides a very good experience for the teachers to make their learning experience to be more useful. Whenever we provide direct experiences, it makes use of all your senses so that it is very useful for the child to learn it in a meaningful way. Then comes the next one, namely the contradicted experiences, where it is highly participatory in nature, where it will provide you a real life situation activity. It will stimulate the real life situation or the activities. Dramatized is nothing but where you are making out a role play or an activity so that you will indicate the particular experience to the child. Then when you come to the verbal symbols, when you use of verbal symbols and all, we are pronouncing the words, we are describing about the different types of ideas, principles, formulas, everything. So, what is a very disadvantage in using the verbal symbols is that the child understand only the thing. They don't get into the deeper sense of what they are learning. So, this cone of experience will tell us that we remember, mostly people remember what they do, isn't it? So when you consider the Dale of Cone, you can see the direct purposeful experiences and all provide 90 percentage of what they can remember. So when you look into that, the next level, as the level goes, the percentage of what the people remember will be reduced. So finally, when you read something, if you don't revise it immediately, you forget the things. So this cone of experience provides and tells the teachers to make utilize more amount of direct purposeful experiences in the classroom rather than going with the verbal content. As a teacher, after learning this Dale cones of experience, you should use different kinds of teaching strategies in your classroom, so that you should be knowing your child in the class, what is their level of intelligence, and you have to select and use different kinds of teaching strategy which will involve more amount of their sense organ. So when they are involved in the learning process, better will be the learning outcomes. So, as a teacher, we have to understand that there should be a balance between the concrete and the abstract experiences that we provide to the children in the class, and it should cater all the needs of the learners in various domains of their development, and it should help in making the learner to have a holistic development. So that's why we learn this cone of experience. Let us now go to the next part, where how the animated videos help us in teaching biological science. Animated videos are nothing but which are useful. You would have seen many animated videos like Tom and Jerry and other things. So it is for not only for fun, we can use it for teaching biological science. When you think about the animated videos, the vision, the music, the everything makes a learner to be more motivated, and they learn the concepts very easily. So it is used, animations are used for a process where we wanted to make the learning to be more enjoyable and easy for the learner. Then we can see that they do many different types of graphics also in the computers, and with the help of that we make the animated videos. In those days, traditionally animations were made with a special intensive techniques, and expertise were needed. But now, due to advancement in technology and software availability, we can make our own animated videos to educate the children on various topics. And it helps a teacher not to rely upon only the textbook. It makes them the learning environment to be more lively using the available techniques. Let us see next the uses of the animated videos. It emphasizes on the student's skill, and it develops a creativity among the children. It develops their imagination and their rational thinking ability. And through when you provide animated video, the children are able to invent and explore more multiple solutions to different kinds of problems which they face in their life. And it will help the students to know the value of critical judgment and creativity. And they will have a when they make some animated videos, they get a very good feedback from their own classmates, peer group, and they receive feedback from the teachers, parents, and from the society in which they live. So it all encourages them and make them self motivated to create and more to be solving their own problems by themselves. And it uses literacy, where they need some digital knowledge, and artistic literacy is needed for them. And it will foster a positive attitude towards the art and the animation technique. And then it introduces more amount of their career through, nowadays children are very, even very small children are doing many animated videos, and they are earning in very good amount and as a package and all. So it produces a career possibilities for them. like through the coding classes and other thing, they gain more importance and money through their animations. Let us move to next, simulation. Simulation is nothing but it is a simplified version of the reality. We are creating a real life like situation for the child to understand that particular concept through a simulation. So it is a representation of the real life situation where there is safety, but in real life there is no safety, is it not? Take for example, you create an environment where you show that how the temperature increase will affect the other systems in the society. So the simulation and games, it will provide the students decision making technique, and it will make them to test, make different kinds of hypothesis, and find the solutions to different kinds of abstract problems that arises in their real life. So the simulation is made to make the child understand and function in a real life situation without any hesitation. So when they are presented with such virtual reality situations, they are able to handle the real life situations better. The next one is the different types of games. Nowadays, you can see most of the children are involved in various types of games. They play different types of games. Games are nothing but a very important part in our culture, and they become embedded in the games, is it not? So you can see the games also help us to learn biological science, where the problem solving, communication technique, experimentation, and different kinds of identity exploration can be made using different types of games that are available for the children. And with this, we are able to promote them, creativity, rational thinking among the children through different kinds of games. As a science teacher, we can construct different types of games, and also through the games, we can teach the children about the various scientific concepts and principles in a very easy and a meaningful way to the children's. Next is the e-poster. E-poster is nothing but the electronic posters which are made in a PowerPoint presentation, and it could be presented in different kinds of monitors at different environment in an exhibition hall, or in a multimedia format you can prepare it. The e-posters will be normally when the time allotted is 1 hour or like that, and then the children are given some opportunity, different kinds of scientific topics where they make upon the e-poster, and these e-posters can be immediately made available. And when they prepare e-posters like this, they understand about various types of their creativeness develops, and it produces various techniques where they use their knowledge in preparing the posters in a digital way. And we can see the uses of e-posters. So it will enhance their creativity, and they become more the e-posters created by the children are more attractive, interesting, and it is an interactive presentation. And when they look into their presentation which is done by somebody else, they get motivated. I too want to do the same kind of preparation in a e-poster, so that they work upon it and they understand how to reach it to the concepts. So it is very useful. These techniques are very useful in teaching science in a very meaningful and a better way. And with this, I hope you are clear with what is Dale's cone of experiences, how simulation and games can be used, and what is the role of e-posters in teaching biological science in a better way. Thank you.